Alexander Povetkin wins a 12-round unanimous decision over Hughie Fury. Now, I don't normally tend to really go all in on fighters on this channel. You know, I criticise them when I feel the need to, and I feel the need to do it this time. I'm going to go in on Hughie Fury in this video. Hughie Fury has so many flaws to his game, it's incredible. You know, he lacks killer instinct, he lacks punching power, and he just lacks the raw tenacity to do anything at world level, maybe even European level. Hughie Fury in this fight came out the way I expected him to, boxing on the back foot, taking few chances. Now, when he fought Sam Peter, you can go and listen to my post-fight video on that. I said that whenever Hughie Fury fights someone who is a perceived puncher, he just is negative times 10. He is negative times 10, and some absolute clown, some Hughie Fury fanboy, or maybe some Fury fanboy, commented on that video saying, I don't know anything, because Sam Peter, and this I had to laugh when I read this, he said, Sam Peter is one of the top 5 pound for pound punchers in the sport of boxing. Alright, imagine that sheer lunacy, that's insanity. That being said, this fight, Hughie Fury came out, and again, on the back foot, a lot of moving, but Povetkin was straight in, trying to track him down, and when I score a fight, because I was scoring this fight, and I thought that Povetkin won it, I didn't have it 117, 111, I had it 116, 112, okay? When I score a fight, I'm looking for effective aggression and ring generalship, but I'm not going to score a fight for a ring general when all he's doing is flicking a jab, and most of the time it's not necessarily landing. Right, I'm looking for someone who's going to press the action, which is what Povetkin was doing in this fight. Hughie Fury, again, time and time again, he just goes on the back foot, just thinks of safety first, defense, and he could have a knackered guy in front of him, which is what Povetkin was at patches in this fight. Povetkin looked dead tired. He looked every bit his 40 years old, and Hughie Fury's just there like, jab, 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 move, jab, nothing else. I know that's not necessarily what he's doing, but that's kind of his mindset, is just to win on points, not take the aggression, not take the bull by the horn. Now, I watched this fight on ESPN, and they were very critical of Hughie Fury. Andre Ward noticed it, I think, the 7th or the 8th round, and he said, you know, Hughie Fury, this guy straight in front of him is dead tired. You know, he's turning it into a sparring session. Why isn't he stepping on the gas? And Tim Bradley more so. Tim Bradley, after the fight, was just saying, well, name Fury in name only, but he is nothing like his cousin. And very interestingly, I think it was Andre Ward or Tim Bradley said after the fight that they asked Hughie Fury, are you and Tyson on good terms? And he actually said, no, we're not. And they said, well, maybe they need to get a look in at that team because something is not right. And yeah, I completely agree. Tyson Fury, if he was in there with Povetkin, I'm telling you now, Tyson Fury probably would have stopped him. Seriously. Tyson Fury would have just toyed with him. And this is not a Tyson Fury who was firing on all cylinders still. Probably is now, but Tyson Fury, even when he's not firing on all cylinders, can go in and, in my opinion, beat Deontay Wilder. Hughie Fury wouldn't do that. Hughie Fury could be fighting regularly. Like, this is his 3rd fight this year, and he's still making all these flaws. He's still looking just like a guy who doesn't want to be there. That's the best way to describe it. He's like a guy who doesn't want to be there, where it's kind of, okay, let's have a boxing match. How about if I don't hit you hard, you don't hit me hard? That's almost the way I see it with Hughie Fury. He just has no killer instinct. And again, it's cost him before. It cost him the Joseph Parker fight. That Joseph Parker fight, go back and watch that fight. That Parker would have got knocked out by Anthony Joshua. That Parker was about 10 pounds overweight, plodding all around the ring. And that was a competitive fight. Hughie Fury could have won that, he didn't. I don't buy all that BS about the cut in Bulgaria. That cut was bleeding for a round. He came back at him in the 3rd. Hughie Fury came back at Pulev in the 3rd, and that cut was not bleeding after that. You know, they stemmed the flow of that pretty well. So I don't buy that. He's in here with Povetkin. Povetkin was competitive-ish for the first few rounds. I did give him a couple of the first few rounds, Povetkin. Then Povetkin got tired, and you thought, okay, let's do it. Let's see Hughie Fury get rid of this guy. And he just, no, I'm just going to keep moving. And then I'm going to let Povetkin get a second win and win this fight on points, which is exactly what he did. They were saying on ESPN, back to the drawing board. I don't know what else can be done. Peter Fury is a good coach, but I think he may be too soft on his son. I don't know. I'm not in the camp, but there's no killer instinct. There's a lack of something there with Hughie Fury that's not there in Tyson. You know, Tyson has that killer instinct, and maybe Ben Davison is the man Hughie Fury needs to go to. But as ESPN and Tim Bradley said, they're not on good terms. So who knows? Who knows what's going on? I don't know. In terms of Povetkin's performance, it was what it was. He was looking to track down a taller fighter. He was throwing some good hooks, good uppercuts, a few swinging rights. And yeah, I thought the right man won this fight. Povetkin is still there for the taking. You know, he is, in my opinion, he's there for the taking. If you are anyway aggressive and you can kind of get around him for the first couple of rounds, he's there for the taking. He was there for the taking in this fight. And Hughie Fury just, once again, let it slip away. Let it slip away. And this is third loss. He's lost once every year now. He's lost in 2017, 2018, 2019. Every single time he stepped up. And again, that stupid comment where the guy was like, oh yeah, that's Sam Peter. Yeah, he's one of the top 5 pound for pound, punchers in the world of boxing. No, he's not. No, he's not. Not at this stage in his career. He's not anyway. So, again, my thoughts on this. Leave yours down below. I really don't know where Hughie Fury goes from here. And I don't see him being, a matchroom staple fighter, because this was a very, very boring fight. I had it on ESPN. I had a stream going on ESPN, and on the TV I had the fight going as well. I was kind of tempted to flick onto another station and just watch another sport for the time, because I was just getting bored watching this fight, because I was seeing the same thing over and over again. I was seeing the pattern with Hughie Fury that I've seen time and time and time again, and he lost a fight that he could have won. Seriously, could have won this fight, as he could have won the Parker fight. So, thoughts on this. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think down below. Hope you enjoyed it. Like it if you did. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I will talk to you after.